Okay, you asked for a bit more of a tour of the cockpit. I'll probably do that in stages, and I hope the sound comes out okay. I've just set off from the Western Isles back to heading to Cole, which is a 40-mile, 10-hour passage probably. And what makes life doable on a small boat in this part of the world? Well, number one, I'd say the spray hood. Whereas a small boat without much freeboard, so close to the water, and particularly going into the wind, you get a lot of spray, and it would be miserable sitting for 10 hours in the cockpit in the spray. So spray hood is a lifesaver. And then having my tablet easily visible on this mount here is useful. But the main thing that's helping me today is the wind vane. So if you look here, you've got the tiller, and this chain is hooked onto the tiller and then connected to the wind vane at the stern there by this yellow control line. And the wind vane essentially uses the wind that the boat is feeling to steer the boat. So the red vane deflects, and that makes what looks like a rudder, but it's not a rudder. It's called the pendulum. I'll show you in a minute. That when the wind vane deflects, a little rudder thing deflects in the water and because it's deflected, it gets pulled to one side, and that pulling then pulls on the yellow control line, and because that's attached to the tiller, it creates a corrective force, and then the boat steers so the wind vane is lined up with the wind again, and that deflection disappears until you get another one, and you can just see it's continually deflecting, moving, and just providing micro corrections. So if we look down here, this is the wind vane, and as the wind vane is deflected by the wind, the whole thing swings around in the water. See how to show it, but at the moment it's gone that way, it's pulling on this line, and that's pulling the rudder to turn away from the wind. If we went the other way, this would tilt the other way, like that, and it would provide another corrective force. So you could say that the part in the water is like a servo, providing power to control the steering. And this wind vane is built as a kit that you buy the wood and the metal parts and put it together. So that's the big thing that I'm using today.